Gucci Man respond to Ralo buying PRE for 150 mil so that he could give it back to Young Dolph and put everything back in the Young Dolph name. Y'all gotta realize that a lot of the people they got their hands on Young Dolph jewelry, his cars, his music, his businesses, everything like that. And so Ralo's trying to undo that whole entire mess. Gucci Man and Ralo, they really the only ones who got enough money to come around and buy all the Dolph stuff back so they could give it back to him and his family, man. They need to give everything back to Young Dolph kids. They deserve every single part of it, man. A lot of people, they got greedy. They wanted the money from Dolph. They wanted to be like actually getting all of his possessions and everything. All the Young Dolph's items, his jewels, his collectibles, they need to be returned back to the whole foundation that he started, man. He was trying to make sure he gave everything back to his son, Trey. If y'all rocking with Young Dolph, I want you guys to like this video, subscribe. Let me know where y'all from, man. Put the dolphin emojis in the comment section because it's about time that a lot of people get justice for Dolph. We've been sitting back and watching for too long and not enough people have been doing enough action. So Ralo, Gucci Man, they had to slide down to Memphis and take care of business. This is why it was a rocky thing when Gucci Man was trying to help out Big Scar and that whole family because he knew that he couldn't just give him $1 million like that because he was saving it. So when Ralo got out, they could go in on Dolph's stuff to bring it back to his family and everything. The cookie shop, they took the whole entire donations. You remember, Dolph never got a single donation from that. Mia J never got a dime from that, man. The cookie shop took the whole entire GoFundMe. It was started by a lot of people. They were saying at that time, a lot of names was going around, the Kia Moores, all of them, man. And one thing for sure is that when they got them blue diamond chains, like Young Dolph's chains and jewelry, it got handed out to all of the rappers. And now Ralo's going up to every single PRE rapper, every single CMG rapper, anybody that was from Trula or Double R or any type of way related to the cookie shop or 901 Trigger Tray. And he's telling them, if you have a PRE chain, if you have a Young Dolph Dolphin chain, if you got any type of chains that came back to Young Dolph, the blue diamonds, whatever it was, they got to give it back. The Smurf chains, they got to give it all back. This is why he's going out and he's snatching PRE chains so that he could bring it back to Dolph kids and family because they should have got everything from the beginning. There's no need. Why is it that people have to chase each other down to find Young Dolph's possessions and items? Growth Hero, he should have been the one to be able to be in charge of a lot of this stuff because he was the one guy that was Young Dolph protege. Like Dolph taught him a lot of stuff and he was doing everything organized. He could have gave back the jewelry. He could have did some sort of auction. He could have did something to itemize and calculate each and every single piece so that they could total up exactly how much Dolph had. Now that that's all dispersed and spread around, Ralo and Gucci Man got to go hood to hood, one by one, for each and every single person and ask them, where's Young Dolph cars? Where's the jewelry? How come they sold a lot of his stuff? How come they selling his houses and everything? Remember, it was a lot of reports going back that they sold Young Dolph car collection for $2.3 million, even though it was worth over $12 million. That's why the people doing the car shows and everything like that, it's not the same people that we seen around Dolph, man. Like, why is it that Growth Hero is not involved in the Young Dolph car shows, the Dolph Museum and everything? They got that from listening to us. One thing people got to realize is that it's been 2 years since the Dolph whole entire trial. Like, it's been 2 years since that day happened. And now that the trial is coming up and the case is like getting heated right now, they're looking at a RICO. They're saying that Black Youngster, Big Jook, Govan, they definitely had the actual orchestrated and set the hit, man, and they got the bread from the higher ups. And so this is what they're trying to figure out. This is why they took in Big Jook and Govan. They had them on ankle monitors. They released them on bond after they gave the statements. They had to give the statements. They had no choice. They were really trying to get the people from CMG that was rocking with Gotti to turn on against him because they know for a fact that they the ones who was just the enforcers and that the direct, like, the orders came from Gotti. This is what they saying, man. And a lot of people in Memphis that's out there, the sources, they know what's up. They know for a fact what's really going on out there and how this whole entire thing is a revolving door situation due to the fact that it all started from the beef between Gotti and Young Dolph. That should have been squashed a long time ago, man. But it wasn't Dolph that was pushing it on. It was Gotti pushing it on CMG. He brought in Black Youngster to actually beef with Dolph, man. And then Moneybag Yo got put on by Young Dolph Dolph, but he quickly switched sides. Look at all the people that switched sides. Glorilla switched sides. She was taking pictures with Dolph in the gym, saying she was his biggest fan, saying that she was actually dissing Yo Gotti on Facebook. You could go look up the receipts and binge watch all the videos right now. Glorilla used to be on Young Dolph's side, and she used to be egging on the beef, dissing Yo Gotti on Facebook, saying that Yo Gotti will never be better than Dolph, Dolph the king of Memphis, Dolph did this, that. And she actually ended up switching sides to Yo Gotti to sign to him for $60,000, man. Like, she could have really been loyal to Dolph and stuck it around. She might have got more money. She still would have got the same attention. She still would have had her career blow up and everything like that. But you see how it's the jealousy, the envy, the money, and the greed that gets in people's way, man. A lot of the people that used to rock with Flipper and Dolphland, they actually on the other side now. They going to where the bread is, the attention and all that. A lot of people thought it was popular. It wasn't cool to rock with Dolph because Yo Gotti and them, they was trying to like make it seem like they was running a bigger show than Dolph was, and it led people to pick sides. This is why you shouldn't even pick sides like that. People should have just stayed to like kept their own businesses up and got their money and everything like that. But they should have listened to Dolph because Dolph was telling them to cut the beef out. Yo Gotti and them got mad over the baby mama issue and everything, and now it led to where Dolph's downfall happened, and now all of the stuff that Young Dolph left in the will ain't in the right hands, man. And this is the thing that people are speaking out about. They saying that everything Dolph had that he was supposed to give back to his close ones, his loved ones, and his family, they actually now in the hands of like ops, in the hands of a lot of different people who had nothing to do with the situation. Young Dolph deserved to get everything back into his whole family's name, man. And the thing is that the issue with all of this is that Mia J never changed her last name to Thornton. They didn't get married quick enough. And so because she didn't have the last name Thornton, it made it to where when the will came out, all the property and the possessions, they gave it to other people because they was the cousins of Dolph or this and that. They said they knew the family and they was able to finesse it. But Mia J should have got married to him and changed the last name to Thornton, and she would have been able to keep everything, and she would have been able to give it to the kids and all that. Young Dolph's other girls and baby mamas and everything, they were trying to fight for it too. This is why Mia J, she's speaking out right now. She was trying to get everything back under her control so that she could at least give it back to the kids and everything. And this is why a lot of people are trying to support her. Ralo came out. He met with her. Gucci Man came out. He met with all the families from the PRE side because he's been rocking with Young. Ever since Ralo's been locked up, Gucci Man been holding it down for Dolph, being right there next to him. They was doing a lot of collabs together. They was making it to where they actually had a whole 1017 PRE connection, and they were trying to get a lot of people to come up out of Memphis. This is during the era of Pooh Shiesty, Big 30. This is why the whole issue between Gucci Man and Yo Gotti happened with Big 30 when he was trying to sign him and everything like that. And now we see what was going on with the fact that Big 30 went with CMG, and then this is where the tensions got even worse. Ever since Big 30 went with CMG and Pooh Shiesty went with 1017, knowing that 1017 was rocking with PRE, and that Big 30 signing the money bag, tied him up to CMG. This is what split up the whole entire Memphis, man. After that day, it was the beefs was coming back out again. Yo Gotti and them, they was trying to beef back with Dolph because they knew that Dolph had something to do with Pooh Shiesty going to 1017 because Pooh Shiesty from South Memphis. So this whole entire thing is connected, and it goes back to the fact that it's a lot of people in Memphis. They know each other, but it's a small town. And so whenever the crowds mix like that and the locations get dropped, they was watching Young Dolph. They was pretty much planning to do a whole entire setup. This is what Govan admitted to when he said, and the feds called him the ringleader. This is why he took the plea deal, the proffer agreement and everything, and try to like basically say the fact that he wasn't the guy who came up with the idea to set up Young Dolph, that it was CMG, Yo Gotti, Moneybagg Yo, and Black Youngster and Big Jook. He just had to do what he had to do because that was his job. That was his way of doing what like it took to pay the bills and everything. But that's never a good excuse. This is why the streets ain't for everybody, and people gotta tend to like just doing their own thing, staying in their own lane. You never need to get involved in anything like this. It's never worth it. Look at how many years that the judges are given to everybody from the situation, man. RIP to Young Dolph, RIP to Flipper. If y'all rocking with Dolph, go ahead, like this video.